as ever, by the wonderful German ambassador, Flo.
Oh, I'm
And
second here, huh?
The slightly less wonderful Scottish ambassador, Kirsty. Will's ill again. We're really hoping he's getting better soon. He is getting there. We'll keep you as up to date as we can. So, unfortunately, his illness meant we cover both shows, or both WWE shows over the weekend live. So, instead, we're going to have a wee look at what happened with NXT and Survivor Series. I've personally not caught up with House of Hardcore because, quite frankly, I forgot about it.
I've been too busy with work as well.
We'll maybe talk about that in the indie show on Saturday. Yeah, so it was a very long weekend of many wrestles.
Many wrestle.
Much wow. We're going to start off with NXT because, you know, sometimes it's nice to talk about the good things first.
Aye.
Definitely.
Complaining where it belongs.
What can we say this weekend?
So,
what would you guys like to? What jumped out the most at you guys?
Pretty much everything in NXT takeover. There was nothing bad about it. All was great.
That's the thing about NXT takeover. Like you doing, you're happy to be there, aren't you? You're like, oh, this is good. This is
really
dead nice.
Don't know what's up with KO versus Snitsky 2000. Lars Sullivan for James Snitsky.
Like,
he's the same guy. He's the same guy.
He's impressive looking, but I don't like anything else about him.
Sweaty looking. He looks like he needs a good bath. And it's eluded him for a long, long time.
But I was angry. Like I knew, see when they announced that last minute, I was like, they're just going to have Chris Hero or Cassie Sono. They're just going to have him put him there, and I don't like.
Aye.
I
think Cassius is just gonna be thing.
I'm still like convinced that H doesn't want to use him because he's Punk's pal. Like because
possibly, but I think he's just going to be there to
help Shield stuff.
Aye.
He's just going to. They don't want him in PWG or anything because he can go out and make money. They don't want him out there making money, so they're just going to keep him in NXT and do nothing with him, and it fucking infuriates me.
To be fair, he's probably helping out with some training. He's a big guy. He helps other guys of a similar size when it comes to psychology.
Put him with Baron. Like Baron needs this help.
Baron does need him, but it was the way it worked out. He wasn't there when Baron was coming up.
Right.
You know?
It hurts me because Chris Hero is one of the most perfect wrestlers on. Like he's so good, and they don't seem either they don't know what they're doing or they don't care enough because
I think he's just their guy just to sit and bring people through. Well, I mean, if it upset him, he would earning some superb money. And I mean, have you seen his girlfriend?
I know. They're too because like most people know that like Chris Hero likes like really obscure wrestling stuff, and apparently
so he collected a really obscure wrestling daughter.
No, that's not what I meant. But like apparently she like because of who her dad's and like everything, they two apparently some obscure wrestling match that Chris Hero was talking about, and she chimed in, and apparently that's where it went. And I just think that's the cutest thing on earth. Like it makes me happy. I was like, look at they two being fucking cute as hell. 5.
What did you think of it, Flo?
I think it was a good idea to put Lars over because he is a good talker and monster gimmick. So
a good talker. He's another one whose tongue's too big for his mouth. Like
what a description!
It's as if his tongue is physically too big to fit like in his teeth. He talks like this, and it really. Oh, I get that his actual promos are good. Like, if his tongue was like a centimetre, it would be great. But he's not a good wrestler. He's an alright wrestler. But compared to for Chris fucking Hero, no. Just don't.
Well, he's in developmental.
I know, I get that, and I get that he's got to have.
In that respect.
And I get that he's got to go against people like Chris Hero if he's ever going to get there. But to put him out Chris Hero when he's no there makes me want to punch somebody in the face. Just stop. Just fucking push Chris Hero. How many times is he going to come back to WWE for them to leave him in developmental and do nothing with him? Because he's always so there. It's not as if he's nowhere. It's not as if he can't. What are we doing with him?
And what I don't get about Lars is he cuts promos in interviews and whatnot, but why aren't they using his talking skills in the ring? Like, cut the promo there, not just all the time interviews. Just why?
Yeah. There's not a lot to him at the moment. I'll give him a chance.
It's early going. It's early going.
It's developmental, so if I can give him, if he's there another year and he improves, good. If that's where he stays, go home.
Well, from one extreme to the other, the next match in the card was Alice against Velveteen Dream. And before we start talking about Velveteen Dream, he's 21. He can't, like he's been doing this for years. Beyond the years that he's actually lived, in fact.
He's so, like, I remember when this gimmick started, like, when debuted as a Velveteen Dream, he seemed awkward, and I was like, he's pissed somebody off backstage. This is a punishment. Like, I was so convinced, but see now, either if it was his like ran with it and went.
I don't think it was. I think he's created himself, and it was just finding that confidence, finding his voice. And
knew at first, because of how awkward he was with it, I was like, this was not his idea, and now I'm like, you know what? Maybe he was just trying to find, because again, like, I forget how young he is because he's so good. And the thing is, if you watched him on Tough Enough, like, he loved
you knew
wrestling.
He had a passion for it. You knew he got it.
All he wants to do.
But
so
he was
for
18
him
during Tough Enough?
It was a good couple of years ago now. And I think he's the only one, correct me if I'm wrong, but out of that season...
There's a couple of the lassies left?
No, one of them...
No, there's the blonde one.
But the one that was on tour... She's left, eh?
Is it... What, Mandy something?
Mandy, I'm sure. Get released.
I'll have a
to leave.
I'll just check you now. I'm pretty sure.
Doing what?
Developing and development.
Maybe.
She does like the Florida tours, you know, what they have been doing to get
so she's not
practice.
wrestling?
Do you know what I will say? One great thing about NXT's developmental, they just quietly dropped Alia. She was fucking shite. Well, where's she been?
Not in the recent tapings.
Because they don't see her, because she's shite.
Maybe has there been a press release saying that she's been released yet?
I never said that she quietly dropped her for the tapings.
I mean, they had a really soft spot for her.
I really can't see why.
Apparently, she wanted to do it better, and she threw herself into like training and stuff, and everybody could see her slowly getting better. But like, she'd show up.
Too slow, I think.
Maybe she's still there trying, but it was too soon to put her on telly.
And yet, how long years by that point, wasn't it?
Aye.
Anyway, getting back to the subject at hand, Mandy Rose is still there. She's got potential, apparently. I haven't seen her myself. But Patrick Clark, I don't even have the words. I've never seen someone that age where you could actually look up and go,
you're a complete superstar.
He's it.
He's
like, if they handle him properly, that guy has the charisma to go on to be on the Rock's level. And I don't just mean as a wrestler, I mean as an entertainer.
Going to see this flamboyant character. After NXT, I don't trust Vince with anything good.
My problem is Vince is going to see a black guy.
Maybe. That too, a flamboyant black guy like his name.
Aye, and he's not going to know what the hell am I supposed to... Oh, the guy, the only thing Velveteen's missing, that's it. He has everything else sussed, and he's only going to get better. But, you know, as I said earlier, half joking, just keep him in NXT till Vince is dead.
we could be waiting a while. People are living to like 115 at the moment, so like,
Vince will live to like 87. It's just sheer stubbornness. He'll have no organs working. But like Mr. Burns, so many diseases, they'll cancel each other out. And but anyway, this guy, any other company in the business over the past 30, 40 years, he's money. He will carry the company on his back. He just needs experience. He can cut a promo like no one else. Or no one else in NXT
knows
in
his
his kind of
character.
position. He knows his character inside out. He's shite, but you need to respect him. I say we. He's like 6'2". He's shredded. He can wrestle. That DVD with the somersault thing going on.
Right.
Or the flip thing, whatever. I don't care. But like, and Aleister Black brought out the absolute best in him.
If this was a test for Patrick, because it was to see if he could go where, because Aleister can go with anybody.
Oh, aye.
But I remember, like, when he first came out to him on NXT, whose idea was this? Like, these are two people that should be kept as far away as humanly possible.
Been the best storyline.
And it's been so fucking good. Like, on NXT, like, I was so hyped for this match because the build, like, see when he came out,
it was superb. Even
on the build when Aleister done his thing where he sits down in the ring and he crosses his legs, and then Patrick just like crawled in and he was like, as if I swear to God, I thought he was going to kiss him.
That's why I know that he gets it. See, like when they had that match, Black's in the match, Velveteen comes down and he puts on his jacket.
Aye.
He just walks out. He does just enough. He doesn't give you too much. He exaggerates to the right degree and he's swanning around doing his pose. And then during the match last night, obviously Aleister gets his bit where he fakes the suicide dive, goes into his sitting. And then Velveteen's version.
I would hear a similar. The mind games were perfect.
He's perfect, which is terrifying given he's 21, wrestling for a few years on like wee indies and all that. But I've never seen
a character so quickly.
Like that.
And it was. Came in with that character, it was awkward, and then they kept him off telly for about 2 months. They
just had him do the wee Orlando, Florida tours,
and then they brought him back out, and it was as if something had just clicked right, and then they put him with Aleister, and my God, it was
magic. It's just magic.
And see him saying "say my name," and he kept calling him Patrick whenever he talked about him, rather than calling him, and then. Because I really wanted to see, I was like, when Aleister won, I went, right, this is going to continue, and I was happy. But see for him just to give him that wee nod.
But this is what WWE. If somebody wants an example of what does WWE offer, they've got a very good match, about 15, 20 minutes with a story. Like New Japan we love New Japan being presented as an athletic contest.
Aye.
Right, and that's great. That's why I love it. But no one does WWE style like WWE. So told this story in 20 minutes. It had a satisfying payoff with Aleister saying his name after. They told each of their characters so well through their actions, the taunting, the moves they pull. And by the way, this is not to diminish Aleister in this match.
Oh no, Aleister done everything perfectly.
He is fantastic. I'd first seen him at Fear and Loathing in SEC in the cage match.
Aye.
That they had. It was a 3-on-3 cage match. It was just phenomenal then. He's only got better.
I think
there is no one better for Patrick Clark to learn from right now.
Do you feel as if it was a test? It was go out there and keep up with Aleister Black.
I see this boy, and he's done it. And there's so many NXT, and honestly, I want them just to keep him down there for like 4 or 5 years, get him experience.
I'd say even 2, like game 2 maybe, because I don't see them keeping him down there for 4 or 5. But
no, they won't.
It's
just we've seen people go up to the main roster too young.
Oh, aye. and then it's
That's
suddenly
the only thing that can stop Patrick Clark, except WWE booking, is Patrick Clark.
Of course.
but
I want
I
him.
love
I need him to do well. He is the guy that will carry that come into the 2030s.
It's beautiful.
He keeps his head down and he works as hard as he has been, and I so hope that he does.
Also, special shout out to the pant reveal.
That was how he's going to get. That man is going to resurrect the fucking airbrush industry.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. See his wee thing. Like, I love
also
as well.
a shout out for having the balls to wear assless chaps
I was
in
going to
public.
say, like, I was going to say, him coming out and see when he done that spinning moment, I was like, Shawn Michaels fan.
This guy's just.
It screamed Shawn Michaels, and then when he took off the pants, like, this guy is a wrestling fan, and he has studied his whole life, and he's living his dream, and he gets the gimmick, he gets that you've got to have character, there's got to be storytelling, and you've got to be a good wrestler. Whereas when he came into enough, all he seemed to care about was I'm really good at wrestling.
This was his undoing, but he's
It's great.
And as long as he keeps his head down and he listens to those who've been around, look, the future's his. That company's his.
Yep.
It's that simple. I mean, the thing is, though, like, women are going to love him because look at the shape of him. Kids are going to love him because of the colours. Respect him because he's legit.
This
is what they've been waiting on, and I hope to Christ that in 5 or 6 years or whatever, we're sitting somewhere, maybe on the list, who knows, talking about how we've watched him develop into what he has become.
I really hope in 5 years' time we're talking about him having.
He's the great hope for WWE for me, right on, for the future of them. Fuck the rest of the podcast and just talk about him. He's in me so much, and I really cannot stress enough how much I hope that this goes well for him.
Even you guys know, my boyfriend Matt, even he doesn't keep up with NXT or wrestling, that especially WWE, keeps up with New Japan and stuff, but he's gave up with WWE.
I can understand.
But we watched NXT live, and he was like, what are they doing with this gimmick? And I was just like, trust me, just wait. And then they done the video package, and he was like, all right, and see by the end of the match, that was fucking great. And see, he turned somebody around within 20 minutes. I'm not sure about this at all. I'm fully on board. It takes
something special.
And
also, just before we move on from this, one wee shout out to the fact that the guy loves a good pun. Purple Rainmaker.
See, when they said Purple Rain, just looked at each other and went, did he do? I was like, I did, and it's great, and I don't want to hear anything about it.
It's so good. I've go on about him enough. I can't wait to see what he does. I really can. The next feud has got as much of a hook on it as that Aleister Black one did. Hope Aleister Black gets a good feud next as well.
Same.
I would not be surprised to see, thanks to what happened in the title match for Aleister Black, maybe to be bumped up to there.
I would hope so. Because he's great. He knows his character. He knows when to talk. He knows when not. He's got a great fucking entrance. The 14-year-old emo kid in me fucking loves it.
Do you know, it's the wee touches he puts in. See when he's getting brought up to standing position, he lets that ice go up the back of his jacket, and it looks like it's coming out.
It looks so good.
It's just that wee things like that. But anyway, sorry, would you like to gush, Flo?
he's standing there and thinking, let that sink in.
He's just so good.
It's all about the anticipation building, and the two of them, absolutely love to see them go at it again another million times.
I two are going to be one of the ones where once they hit main roster, they'll do it again. and then hopefully they
I
won't
hope
get.
so.
I hope it's one of the ones where you feel that it's chapters of their story, and by the
Yes.
end of their career, you can be like, wow, they told really fantastic. Because
Aye.
it should never have worked, but I really hope that it is one of the ones
They
where it
clicked
did.
so well together.
It's just,
They
it was
really
mad to me. Like, I genuinely, when they first came out to Alistair Black, don't do this. This isn't going to work, and it fucking did. They two can tell stories and change enough to tell. Because I don't think Alistair's ever dealt with somebody like the Velveteen Dream before.
But then there hasn't been a character this flamboyant and genuine WWE for a long time.
Aye. Probably the last one probably looking at was Goldust. Like proper Goldust with the wig and everything.
Not just like a gimmick that stands out. I mean, like Goldust or Kane.
Aye.
You know, something that was just so out there that, you know, if
it could have been
if you didn't know about it, by and you see this guy, like, what the fuck is this? But that hooks you in.
Like he looks like I don't know who the
He carries himself like a star. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
if somebody seen that who had no knowledge about wrestling said that boy there's 21, they wouldn't believe you. He carries himself as someone much older.
Because like I get Prince, but there's
it's just natural charisma, and it's him. It's to him, and whatever it is, I really, really hope it because he deserves it.
But I will.
Aye,
the
balls are dried. The balls are dried out. So next up was the championship fatal four-way.
Most disappointing
Ember Moon, Nikki, Peyton, and
Kylie.
Well, it just went right out of my head for some reason. Or, as the WWE website put it, Ember Moon defeated Nikki Cross, Peyton Royce, and Nikki Cross.
Wow.
Two observations from the introduction to the match. First of all, and it's something I've wanted to point out for a wee while, see Kyrie's fucking wheel that she carries about. That worked in Shimmer, because Shimmer's a bit silly. I'm looking at a lassie dressed up as a gay pirate. Boat.
I love it.
Why gay though?
It's a bit silly because no pirate Flo ever wore white glitter fluffy things like that.
Aye, but she's female. It looks pretty. It's allowed.
Well, you
I
love
I'm just saying,
man, you can be sure no female pirate at all wear something pirate-like this.
Which is why I said gay pirate.
Is when she turns heel and she like hits somebody in the face with it. It's going to be.
See if she just rolled it along somebody to taunt them. Right. Secondly, and this is the much more important one.
All right, okay.
Peyton Royce came out with Billie Kay. Billie Kay looked like a melted Kardashian.
Yeah, completely.
It's like somebody took Kim and held like a Bunsen burner under her chin.
Wow, that's so mean.
It's so accurate. She really did. Like, it was just some, like, you know, it was, she got her pulled back and then, like, her face just kind of sliding off like something. Anyway.
I don't understand why she wasn't allowed down at the ring for that match, though.
Just a distraction. I'm fine with it being one of them. It didn't really.
I know, it didn't, but the thing is even in NXT, when one of them isn't, the other one's usually at ringside. And I was like, did I miss? Like, I don't think I missed an NXT. I was like, did I miss like a social media announcement? Well,
no, there was no. Just it was a weird thing, but I mean, at least she got any screen time.
I mean, I suppose, but it was strange.
The match itself, though, damn good match again.
It was. I took anybody. I don't know why. I've really sold on Ember.
There's something missing.
I think. And full-fledged character, a great wrestler, great heel. Kairi Sane, great wrestler, great babyface.
Knows her character inside. Knows her.
Peyton Royce, who is the longest.
Numbers.
No offense to
Peyton. I like her as well, but she wasn't there to win that match.
But again, she's got a great character. She's technically part of a faction, and she's the longest one out of all of them. She's been there
She's
the
probably
longest.
put more work into her character as well in terms of NXT.
She is a better Nikki Bella in all kind of ways.
So my
Aye.
point is why get to Ember, where essentially she's a flipping stunner. That's what Ember Moon is at this point.
I mean, that's going to limit her career longevity. Because
gonna limit
look
other
at what happened
people.
to Stone Cold's back from doing stunners day in, day out. And that was from a normal hit, flipping off the top rope onto her arse. That's no good for the bottom of your spine.
I still don't trust her to do it because she always looks. She never.
Like she carries herself well, but it's almost like there's just a little it's missing when it comes to certain things.
There's just something about her, and I was like, out of the four of them, if you were to ask me who was going to be champion, Ember was the last one I picked.
I wouldn't have said last so much after being announced for it, but I would have went with Kyrie myself just because of all the hype on her. And I think that's what people are expecting.
Or Nikki. Like for
I would
me,
like to see a Kyrie-Nikki feud.
Oh, it'll come.
I mean, they've already faced each other in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my first question was Ember because all the build-up with Asuka before that.
Yeah.
So she was over already.
And I've sibbled on her so much. I don't know why. It's just.
I know exactly what you mean. Like she should be there. She's good enough, but
it's not that I'm like fire her, get rid of her. It's not that there's just she's not quite ready for that title, especially to be Foley and Asuka.
Aye.
Whereas I feel like there could be an argument made women in the match. I didn't. Maybe it's because I knew that she was going to win because we knew Ember was winning. It was meant to win at half Asuka before she got injured. Maybe that's why I was like, oh, she's going to win. She's blah blah. I really hoped it would be somebody else, and I was let down. But the match was really good. I have no complaints.
We'll see how the run goes. Personally, I was fine in that chasing role.
Aye, but
we don't know what kind of champion she's going to be. So, it's developmental. They'll let her learn. Let's just see what happens. She's definitely not main roster ready anytime soon.
Oh, no. But that's what worries me, is now that she's champion, what does she lose it and then chase it again? Because usually...
I guess so. I mean, it worked for the likes of Nakamura and Joe,
But she's no Nakamura or Joe.
No.
She's nowhere near that level of
there's
professionalism.
Not really a space for her quite yet in the main roster. You're probably on... We've been saying that for ages about people and they've not sent them to SmackDown.
The SmackDown women's roster, because Paige is meant to begin back as well, SmackDown's women could really do with some fresh up there just to freshen things up a bit, but I don't think it's Ember. Again, they could slap Kyrie, they could slap Nikki, they could even slap Peyton Royce up.
Her and have Thingme as our manager and occasional tag partner.
Billy Kay.
Aye.
That's what I'm saying. You could put these
Billy
two up there. They know.
Not quite the same level as her, but she.
But they're act as we're best pals. Let's see when they done that four-way, but they two did not turn on each other. When was the last time you watched a four-way where two people went in as pals and didn't turn on each other? But they are so good together that I wouldn't dare dream of.
They were in a four-way. They only worked together. They never even threatened turning on one another.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're so good together that I wouldn't break them up.
No.
If they're going to take Billy Kay up where they need to. So maybe they're waiting on Billy Kay getting to where
could be.
But I don't know. I'm weird about the women's division now.
Aye. It's a bit of a weird limbo period, isn't it?
Especially, I think it's because we're coming off Asuka's your women's champion. That everything else just kind of feels like treading water.
She was never really going to be easy. But I would have liked to see somebody with a bit more experience take over.
Aye.
And that's where Nikki and Kyrie would have suited best.
Perfectly. But, it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
And it was a damn fun.
It was. Really enjoyed it. I have no problems with the match. The match was fun. It was good. I like the double I can't even remember what she calls it, but the double stunner with the two.
Yes.
And I really like that Nikki moved her head to make sure that Peyton's head on her shoulder. Nikki purposely moved her head to make sure that the two of them could. And it was fun. It was great. No complaints apart from she should not have won.
Anything to add, Flo?
Nah.
Fair enough. Let's move on then. Next up was the title match between Drew, going in as champion, against Andrade Cien Almas and that weird-looking woman that's with him.
Weird looking, she's beautiful.
I thought that as well, but then I put her on a big telly and she got a close-up.
No,
Changed my mind.
you're wrong.
I'm no.
She's beautiful.
I'm
I've
no.
thought that
I
since
was.
her
I had
TNA
this
days.
verified by.
Oh no, she's stunning. Like
No.
actual might be one of the prettiest wrestling couples there is.
No.
hmm
Best wrestling couples Austin Aries.
And I'm pretty sure that this was the biggest surprise from the entire pay-per-view.
Oh, aye.
Almas
I didn't
has
expect
done a
that he
complete
wins.
180 in terms of his presence on NXT. For a long time, he just looked like he didn't care. It wasn't clicking with him. He was unhappy. He did his mask. Had that stupid fucking hat going on.
Well, if you remember
And he
rightly,
seemed a bit lost.
he got a lot of heat because of Alberto when he left, if you
That's
remember
right,
rightly.
Mm.
So
Aye.
I think he was getting quote-unquote punished because of Alberto.
No, that's true, because he just kind of spinning his wheels a bit, and he looked like it was really getting to him. But since he's been put in with Drew, it's like he's just had a rocket
And
shoved up his
since-
ass.
I was going to say Rosita, that's no her name.
No.
Selena Vega, isn't it?
Aye, yes, it
Yes.
is.
Selena,
Yeah.
since they put her with him as well, and they properly, they were like, right, we're going to go somewhere now, this is what we're doing, and his teeth into it, it seemed as if he's been like, right, that's it and
It's
done
like a
with, let's
different
go.
guy. It
And
really
I
is.
really like him. I liked him when he was
Oh,
under his
aye.
mask. I liked him in the Indies. And when he came in, I was like, fuck aye. And then everything happened, and I blame Alberto Del Rio for everything.
Of course.
But, like,
because
I'm
he's
blaming
dumb.
this on him. So, aye, but he, like, done this. And but when he won, I know how, like, most champions in NXT, they'll have, like, 2 or 3 kind of, they're good matches, but they're not meant to be good matches for champions
Yes.
to, like, build them up. I thought
Aye,
this was
I thought
one of
that's
them.
what this was going to be.
And no, it wasn't.
No, not
Also,
even slightly. It
Selena-
was a great match, by the way.
My favourite thing about this has been Selena throwing herself at Drew,
Well,
and
this
Drew
is what I was
catched
gonna
her,
say.
and just
So
putting her
long.
down lightly.
For so very long, they've had complete blanket ban on male-female interaction in the
Aye.
ring, and NXT's just kind of stuck the finger up to that.
Like, my
And it-
favourite, because she's so tiny, and Drew is so big, that he
Aye.
just catches her,
and
and
the
it's
other
the
thing about
easiest thing in
Drew-
the world.
And, like, you know, I've been watching NXT regularly, but see the other night in his in-ring promo, there's something different about him. I mean, in terms of how he's carrying himself. It's like for the longest time he was acting confident,
Aye, I totally get what you mean,
but
and
now
knew.
he was really
He
fully
knows-
confident.
Aye. Like, see, especially when you look back to when he was first in WWE.
Oh, no, he was a kid then, but I mean,
Aye.
even since he came back and he's been in, like, it must have just been like a settling down period.
Aye, he's like finding his feet again.
Aye.
Mm.
Because he carried himself like a champion his whole time in ICW. He really did.
He's really comfortable in ICW though. I think
Well,
that was,
now he's starting to get that at NXT.
and I
it
think it
showed
was just
Demeanor.
a transition period almost.
Aye.
Like when you start a new job and you don't want to piss anybody off, and you're
Yeah, just wants to settle in a bit and, you know, keep
And,
the heat good.
aye,
But just as I say, there's just something's clicked with him. He carries himself like a proper
badass.
superstar. He's still got that stupid accent going on, but you know, we can look past it because he's superb in the ring and he's got a real proper presence about him now. Slab of beef, that boy. No presence. Like
Aye.
he
Aye,
takes
Drew
over the
walks in.
skin. You know?
Aye, when Drew walks into a promo now, there's an there's a sensible. No, something's changed. Like there's a
the
distinct
atmosphere
change
just
in the
turns
atmosphere. That was
because
the word
he's
I was
got
looking
this
for.
presence. And it's only a good thing. It's just
But
for him
I
to
feel
have
as
that
if
about.
I feel as if the same with Almes though, so the two of them coming
Yes.
together and having this, because it was a storm
I
of a
think
match.
they really gave themselves, like, gave one another that last little bit of confidence they needed.
Aye, I think the two
You
of them
know?
were like, we need to pull this off, because Almes had been on a losing streak for the longest time, and
Aye.
it was his first takeover back, like
Yeah.
back as in like, winning. So to have him, so he needed to make this, and he had to make sure that this was a deserved on the go boo me out the building because Drew
Aye.
McIntyre's just back and won the next takeover, and Drew had to be like, no, I wasn't just a transitional champion.
Yeah.
So they had to, unbeknownst to us, they had to make this fucking work, and
It
Selena
really did.
just being there, it did. And there's something, I don't know, Selena's so good. I feel weird that her name's Rosita, but she's so good at her job. Like, she's so good as a man. She's a great wrestler. Like, I really enjoy her wrestling.
I hope she gets a chance to show it soon.
Same, because I really enjoy her wrestling, but her in this man.
And
for
saying
me,
that, a role with Andrade is just working well.
there's no need to pull her away the new. Like, it's working. Keep them
But
together.
it'll be good for like future mixed tags and stuff, because I'm
Oh,
sure
aye.
they'll find an excuse for that. Whoever his next opponent's going to be. Did you guys happen to catch when Drew got injured? Sorry,
Yes.
Flo. Well, I will give you a shot in a second.
He tore his biceps.
Yeah, but I didn't see what happened.
So see when he was doing the DDT, Andrade was doing the DDT after the turnbuckle.
That's what I thought, because he
Drew,
landed
aye.
really awkwardly.
Yep.
Drew held on to the rope for like
Neck going the wrong way.
it was. I watched it back when I found that he was injured, and somebody had put up like a video on YouTube saying like when it might have been WWE actually, like Drew McIntyre got injured and like they slowed it down. See his arm like buckle because he didn't let go, and it's
man.
like slung a weird
That's
way.
such
I
a
was like,
shame.
oh
I was really looking
no.
forward to it.
That's
But now he's
why.
going to be out about 6 months.
But the thing is he was still like that happened. Like they didn't call an audible. He was still
No, it was
booked
end of
to
the match
win.
anyway.
But like apparently that's why Drew just looked so fucking frustrated. So what
Man.
is Drew getting back up to main roster? Is Drew going to
Oh, he's out
chase?
for
Like,
6 months.
well, 3 to 6 months of said I.
Mm.
And
But if
well,
like what was the plan?
there's two options here. The way I see it, because of the injury, either he's back in NXT in time for the next, and again depends when he's recovered and rehab and all that. He could very well stick him on to the Giant Battle Royal. It's a surprise entrant. Is WWE like to make a
anybody
big
yet.
deal out of that?
They did, but then they did nothing with their
But
win.
if you're going to bring Drew up and people are going to see how he's carrying himself, we were just saying. And they did make a big deal out of it. I mean, especially when Bill did it.
But what's
used that
Mojo
to push
Rawley
him.
done this year?
He's argued with Zack Ryder. And he's really held up his own on main event, probably.
Like, I like his chilled out character. I like the fact that he's on the road like 5 days a week now, and he can't keep up the level of excitement. So he's
Aye.
just chilled the fuck out. I like this Mojo, but they've
I
done
like
nothing with
Mojo
him.
as well. I think he's got a lot of potential.
He does, but they're like, if they won't give him a chance to do anything, and I knew, see, when they put him with Zack Ryder, I went, that's what they see him as. Because
Aye.
they don't see Zack as anything other than a big pop moment at fucking Wrestle.
Well,
Yeah.
they only got that because the rest of the people in the match for him to win it. And
Well,
say,
apparently-
this is how it's happening.
when it happened, he was like, no, like, this is now my year. And apparently he went and like demand. I was like, good for you, Zack. Demand something. You've been there for like fucking 12 years or something now.
Aye, I'm
The
sure you'll
man's
get the
something.
respect, honest.
Here's your WrestleMania moment, Zach, and then you're gonna.
Aye. Now that
just
you're
give the
Raw
title to
moment,
Miz,
where you
okay?
job.
I was listening because apparently him and Cody Rhodes, Zack Ryder, are really good pals,
Mm.
friends.
Good.
I listen to a lot of fucking podcasts,
I
but
know.
Cody was on somebody like, you've done so well, like more guys should jump here, and then if they want to go back to WWE, then they've got this long list of I done was away and got this
Aye,
there.
how can they get this kind of money on indies?
Aye, so he's like, and I think it might have been Colt Cabana, don't hold me to it, but Colt was like, why does Zack not go? And you've got to understand that Zack's still that like 7-year-old wee boy. who loves
a
WWE.
WWE mark.
He's like, part of me sees that, and I'm like, but he could go to anywhere.
You're only in your prime for so long.
He could go anywhere, and they'd bring him back because they don't want him elsewhere.
He fills a role.
It's just, it upsets me.
That's
but again,
the thing, though. You've heard about it for so long before. Like the likes of the Bucks and Bullet Club were making their money now and making waves with the Hot Topic deal and all that. WWE marks are always going to be around. I mean, if I was a wrestler, I'd probably want to wrestle for them at some point. I mean, even Kenny Omega, like he's now said he's staying in Japan for the foreseeable, which thank God, because they'll just waste him. But he does want that WWE run. It's just not a priority for him because he's making. He's got creative control.
And that I think for a lot of guys, the Bucks have said it time and time again, they're not going there because they don't get creative. In ROH and New Japan, like apart from like who wins what match, they have bell to bell. They have complete control over what they do, and they're making great money. So why go anywhere else?
Can you do that move? Sorry, Flo. I feel like we've ignored you because we've been on for so long.
What?
I'd like to hear your thoughts for a change.
Tell us what you thought of the match and everything in between.
Do I have anything to say about this? Because
I fucking hope so. Take you up.
You said almost everything. Because from the day on when he had on last takeover, he almost had his match against Johnny. You could kind of see that they are pushing him because why else would he win? Yeah. And then this, I was like, it's a title match. Okay. I don't think he's going to win because Drew is obviously going to hold the title for a little bit longer. But then this happens and I'm like, did this just happen? What?
I was gobsmacked. Me and Matt just looked at each other and went, did that just happen? I did not see it at all. And then Selena's wee face, just screaming and bouncing happily, and I was like, oh, she gets it. It's great.
I have to say, I finally see the fuss about Almas and why he had so.
Oh, he's so good. I like him. Let's see when.
And did you see Naito tweeting him?
I did.
Naito only uses Twitter to insult people or show what a mess he's made, whatever belt he's holding. But he went out of his way to congratulate him. It was a nice touch. So yeah, I think that covered that match, and just about.
Yep.
So then we had a main event, which, to be honest with you, and I voiced my concerns last week, as you know, about Wargames and how they were changing it, and how that last V3 was a clusterfuck that I watched. Thank fuck I was proven wrong.
Oh, aye. But my point still is...
Wait. Flo's going to start this time. Because he never gets to start. And he's the guy who's recording all this. And we're at his mercy.
Yes,
can I just pre-face it wrong?
Please, Flo, take the floor. Kirsty, shut up. She's not happy. Sorry, Kirsty.
No, it's fine. It's fine. When you ask me in about 10 minutes what I was going to preface it with, and I forget, it's your fault.
Alright. No, you go preface it then, but don't you dare interrupt Flo.
You better not. I have the technical advantage here.
Do you know...
You at any seconds.
Flo, what you should say in your demon voice is, I fuck you to anybody who gives you cheek.
I know.
But moving on.
So, Kirsty, what about that preface?
If you green of rules before a match, it's probably too complicated.
No, if you've got a full screen of rules before a match, you know Dusty Rhodes.
But it was just... when they were going through these rules, I was like, this feels like TNA. When TNA used to do fucking shit, they'd constantly have just a full...
Nothing will be as bad as King of the Mountain. You must climb the ladder. If you get in, you go in a cage, but you must climb the ladder and hang the belt up. Why? Shut up!
You must do point A to reach point B.
It's so
Via point E.
But that was all. Like when that big screen came up, I was like, "Oh fuck you! I've got to read. I don't want to read before my wrestling match. I love reading, but before wrestling, no, don't
It's
dare."
gonna be
But
worse when they do it in the main roster and fucking Cole reads it.
Anyway,
Flo.
but on you go,
Yeah.
Flo. You can talk about it.
Shut up!
What I was about to say.
Kirsty,
I think that 2 rings was pretty much not needed because they could have done the match in 1 ring with the steel cage without a roof.
Just
And it
before
would
you
be the
continue,
same
and I'm
match.
very sorry, but things did kind of work out when Wolf got hurt.
Aye.
That's all I'm going to say.
Also-
That was just a happy coincidence, but please continue. I'll shut my mouth.
Also, if you've ever seen
Oh, for
Lethal
fuck's sake,
Lockdown,
Kirsty.
if you've ever seen Lethal Lockdown, you'll because Lethal Lockdown was essentially the same thing, and it was always a fucking mess. There was too many people to the point that people used to get out of the cage and then go on top of the enough room in the ring. So
Are
the
you
2
finished?
rings actually
Oh,
did
for-
work.
Speaking of the top of the cage, Matthew took. No, not it was Matthew, but someone else on Twitter couldn't resist and had to edit the point where Adam was crawling on the cage, on the top of
Woman.
the cage, and then hit some Super Mario underwater music.
Yes. Oh my god, I haven't seen that, but that's beautiful. That's
I
Great.
didn't see that.
Because when Adam was up there, I was like, okay, what's he
What the
planning?
fuck are
That
you
looks
doing?
really weird. Why isn't he just going into the corner and climb up there? Like,
That was such a weird moment.
He literally looked as if he was doing the breaststroke.
Well, he
Along
was,
the
that's
top
why he got the music.
It was fucking.
I mean, the spot after he got into the corner and was there for like 5 to 10 minutes doing
Yeah.
nothing was still amazing. And the crowd all chanted, "Please don't die! Please don't die!"
That
That's
was
a
such a nice
PW
moment.
That's a PWG thing, and it makes me happy when other crowds who are obviously PWG fans that don't go to PWG take them and be like, "We're going to be nice wrestling fans for the night." It makes me happy. Like, appreciate what they're doing. Don't be dicks about it. Don't be.
Very well put. Match itself, right, other than the shark cage bullshit, which, by the way, would totally have benefited from Elimination Chamber style random lights jumping
They
between
did.
the cages.
But they fucked it up. Did you not notice?
Yes, I did. This is my problem.
Oh, I was so annoyed that like the whole crowd booed because it went onto Sanity and then it
Aye.
moved back here to
Aye.
Authors of Pain.
and then
And well, everybody was like, "No, that's not what was meant. No."
We don't want this. They're right.
Oh, I
Right,
so
I
wanted
don't even know
Roddy to
why
come.
why they were in the match in the first
this is
place.
what I was going to say, because clearly the team, and then they're like, well, Authors of Pain, well, we can't put Roddy doing this week.
Sorry,
well,
sorry,
Dean Malenko.
Martin, you cut off there. Please say it again.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was like-
Discord is kind of a bitch today.
yeah. They couldn't put Paul Ellering in, and then they're like, well,
They should have.
Thousands not doing anything.
Mm.
Right,
I
no,
still-
I know I make this joke every week about Roddy. No, I want to make it clear. Hell, right, I think he's great in the ring. And I've no doubt he's one of these guys who got him backstage in the locker room, or he's really good for morale, and I bet he would be dead helpful to them, and all that kind of thing. But for whatever reason, it just does not translate to the ring and being on camera.
His
And
thing
I'm
is,
worried
It's
that
weird.
he is going to get, when he eventually moves up to the main roster, he's just going to be dumped in 205 and forgotten about.
no, see, thing is I noticed this last. Obviously, we'll go into it, but last night I noticed that see Bobby Roode and like everybody that's come up for NXT, they don't actually rebuild the character for the people that don't know. So see Roddy
Yeah.
come in really having a character,
Aye.
Roddy's got to be fine on main roster. Like,
He is.
because because Bobby Roode's whole thing was like that nobody was NXT and that he had to elevate it, and he was a higher standard than everybody else. And now he showed up and he's a robe, an entrance, and a glorious chant.
Aye.
Like, they've no rebuilt that character whatsoever, so Roddy might be fine getting up because there won't be that disconnect of, well, they're not doing anything with Roddy. If Roddy's getting up doing the exact same thing as he done in NXT, then he might actually be fine. But whether Vince will want to use him or not.
Well, that's the thing. He's a wee guy. He's no charismatic. He isn't. He's a hell of a worker. I think
He can
205. Forget about him.
He can work awesome matches, but his mic skills
But
are
think
enough in WWE.
think it's Cesaro though, because Vince really he wanted to. Vince said it. He wants to push Cesaro, but
No, he does. He'd have done it by now.
he said that he wasn't getting there with the crowd at all. That was
What?
Vince's thing.
What?
And I know
And he was wrong.
he was wrong. He's always wrong. But the thing is, he likes Cesaro because he's work rate. I think he's going to like Roddy the same. I think he's just going to be like, we need to give you something. And if he can give Jinder a fucking shitty ass fucking character and push him to the moon, he can certainly do it with Roddy as well.
I mean, it's
Well-
still weird that
sorry.
the only push Cesaro is getting is tag team titles. Like first with Tyson,
Oh.
and then now
Sorry,
with Sheamus again. So
I forgot to say, Cesaro's still got his little mouthpiece in and all that. It turns out it's because he's actually got train track braces on
oh,
to set his time place, and Vince has decided no braces on TV.
To be
So-
fair though, if like I don't know if any of you two ever had braces, but I had
Oh,
braces.
did I? Not train track. Braces as a kid, aye.
But like toast without them
No.
liberating, never mind getting kicked in the face. It's probably like also a health and like just because the last thing he needs, like I don't know if your braces ever snapped or anybody that's listening, but when your braces randomly snap and it
So
like
nice.
digs into the side of your face, if you're in the middle of a wrestling match and you get hurt with a random bit of wire, that's going through a cheek or a gum or it's going into your tongue, it's probably best that he keeps them on the now. Like, keep them, because I don't want to see a random bit of wire poking out somebody's cheek. I've
No.
seen enough of your dog. Like, seeing the teeth thing was bad enough. I don't need to. No, just keep the gum shield the now. Vince thinks it's hilarious.
Aye, you're over with Vince now.
But Wargames was so fun. Like
It really was.
I didn't know what to expect because games and previous War Game rip-offs have never been good.
No. True.
It's just, it never really, it's a
TNA.
great idea. It's a great idea, but it never really works out because there's so
the
many
only one
people.
that I've seen that I enjoyed was the Wrestle War 92 Dangerous Alliance against Sting Squadron. And that was because Steve Austin was awesome. Arn Anderson as well.
But like, it worked. Like,
It
it even
really
with with light botching, it's still the least botched game match probably ever. So we'll take it as a win, guys. High five.
Aye,
It was
pretty
just, it
much.
was fun and oh.
Spot fest, but it still told a story pretty well. It didn't feel like it was too much at any point. Tables and all these suplexes and people
Fucking-
coming off the top and all that, but it never felt like it was excessive.
aye.
Every single time Demo ran at Adam Cole, I just had
That's
these
what I wanted to
flashbacks.
talk about. I
These
told you last week, Demo was going to do something to stand out. I did not expect Demo to pull out half the stuff that he did.
He's
Holy
big Damo for
crap.
fuck's sake.
He's the man. And that he was so good.
every single time he ran, I just like absolutely murdered Adam Cole every
Aye.
time. All I could think of was every time that Demo had like just shoulder tackled me or like lifted me up to show doing a move, and I was like, Adam looks as if he's lighter than me. Wee lassie, like there's a good like I know how much like this poor boy is going to break. Like I know CW boy, but like see the amount of punishment Adam actually takes on like any given match, because he'll give everybody everything, even if he's winning, he will let because he knows he will let the likes of Demo just throw him about and try and kill him, and then he'll get surprised, and it's great. Like, he always looks so shocked when he wins, and I'm like, this is predetermined, Adam. You should not be this shocked. It's just,
What?
You just killed kayfabe, you bitch.
but I done that.
You only.
But somebody messaged me, and they're like, if just before one of my pals messaged me, and she was like, "You always talk about this. That she's an only WWE person as the network, so she watches the takeovers and whatever."
Aye, of course.
And she's like, "You always shout about Cole. Do you really think he's that air in WWE?" And Adam came out, that Adam Cole baby thing, and
the
she
crowd
texted
went mad.
me, and she second take her own fucking kick. She messaged me and went, "I take everything back. Holy shit, is he air?" And I was like, "Don't try and tell me that Adam isn't air." I was just like, just you wait, like, because he's going to do the thing. And I was just like, fuck you, like, try and tell me my boy's no air, that he's great.
Really enjoyed it. It was not the clusterfuck I was scared it might be. As I say, Damo doing a coast to coast, he's no business doing that, never mind jumping off the roof.
And as I've said before, growing up, the coast to coast, because everybody knows I love somehow flying, the coast to coast was one of my favourite things. But CTC Demo, who again, I know the size and the weight of him.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Big boy, but to see him do that coast to coast had me shook. I've
to
never
watch it
seen
back,
Demo.
see after it happened, and he wound it.
It was
Because
so.
Wow.
I never thought he could do that.
And this
I'm
is what I love.
so happy that he put it
Oh,
because
God, aye.
people are noticing.
And the thing is seeing this current day and age, especially with, like, I kind of see NXT as semi-indie. I know it's no, but like it kind of is, because it's filled with indie guys, and then they're reprogrammed.
The
fucking main roster.
booking is more indie-like.
It is, like, right now, like, it does not matter if you're 7 foot and 350 pounds, you better still be able to do all this flippy do stuff. Because at the end of the day, when you've got guys like Cesaro who can lift just as much as any fucking big guy, there is no excuse. You need to be a complete all-round wrestler. Very talented guys who can do everything. Like, it's just magical watching a big guy like do a kip up, or just do a fucking coast to coast, or just it's so insane. It's same with Cesaro. When you see Cesaro lift up just an unhuman amount for the size he is, and you're like, how the fuck? And it's dedication. It's 10. I need to be able to do hundreds of stuff because there's so many people.
It's not enough just to be a big bastard anymore. It's not enough to be a wee guy that flies about 205 boy finding.
Take Kevin Owens as another example.
He's
not the lightest guy either.
No,
but the thing is,
he decided. Well, I say decided. He told that story in the Stone Cold podcast. Him and Sammy met Austin in an airport once, and he asked Austin for.
I know that story.
Advice you could give me that would help me in any way, and Austin says, "Never stop running."
Did Kevin take that at heart or what? I was watching earlier on because I had them on the afternoon. I just randomly stuck on a Kevin Steam DVD because why the fuck not?
Do it.
So Kevin on PWG just running his it was the Steamwell run, just did not shut up, and I was like, I miss your mouth, because a lot of it gets cut out. Like when they're on the hard cam, a lot of it gets cut out. With Kevin, you see his mouth going, and you know he's talking shit, but you don't always hear it. Whether when you're watching a PWG show, you hear everything.
Yeah.
Like you can hear people's phones going off, for fuck's sake. So like, just he's so fucking good. And apparently WWE are doing like a 365 day.
I've watched it.
I've no. Is it?
Let's discuss it once. Problem, and I will warn you because. In the news, the narrator of it is a guy called Michael Rappaport, who was recently part of this sex scandal thing going on. He's basically been accused of raping 3 women. I feel if you're going to watch something that somebody like that is involved in, you should go unknown.
Thank you for that. And see, now I'm like, Kevin's in it.
Well,
It's a
that's
rated
why I
after.
watched it. I didn't want to watch it when I heard he was the narrator, but I've been on him for so long.
Aye. I probably will, but I'll be
I've watched it
distasteful.
for him, and to be fair, he is only a narrator, but I can completely understand if anybody listening or you guys didn't want anything to do with it. And it's not really like WWE did it deliberately. This has clearly been made away.
Aye, this is
This
apparently
only came out in the past month, so
it's already been done,
this just been
recorded,
unlucky.
edited, and uploaded.
I am ready.
So
There's just no ball to replace him.
but I wanted Roderick to turn heel and join them because like they four together came up together in ROH. He should nonsense.
Yeah.
Came here because I prefer Roddy heel. I'd like totally heel. Like let's be honest. If I'm being really honest here, but like just come here. And I know probably we're going to get there, or either that or Aaron's going to just turn around and punch Kyle in the face and be like, you're not going to be champion while I'm here, because that's his. But like,
I think they're going to end up going up as a unit.
do you think so?
I do.
'Cause
And
I
then
see
we'll do the
Adam-
break-up up there. And I say that because with Wargames being tried out in NXT, it's definitely going to be used on the main roster soon.
More than likely.
Possibly in February. But if you're going to have Wargames as a recurring thing, you're going to need trios at least.